Hello fellow techies! So OnePlus sent me this Nord 3 5G in for review. But before we proceed to that, here are my first impressions. First of all, I really like the build. It's easy and comfortable to hold and does not slip. Maybe it has something to do with the non-curved corners here, but also it has something to do with the weight, design, and construction. In terms of the weight, it's actually pretty light, weighing only 192 grams according to my trusty weighing scale. It's actually lighter than my main phone, the TCL10 5G. In terms of design, well yeah, it's your typical Nord phone with the two big camera humps here. If you've seen the OnePlus Nord 3 CE 5G and the Lite, it's almost the same thing. Maybe there are differences in terms of how the cameras here are arranged, but at first glance you will not find any differences of them. And by the way, speaking of the design, when you put this on a table, it will wobble slightly, but to me, I don't mind it. Some will find it as an annoyance, but let's move on to the construction. Both the frame and the back are made of plastic, but what makes it look premium is how it is constructed. The back is made out of using a matte finish. The color I have here is Tempest Gray, which unfortunately will not be available in the Philippines. Only the Misty Green variant will, and that one is made out of Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which actually makes it look premium instead of using plastic. So I gotta applaud OnePlus for doing that. And speaking of applause, if there's one thing my fellow colleagues said about the OnePlus Nord 3 5G, it's one thing: a premium, affordable flagship killer, which is, well, originally what OnePlus is. Now, when it comes to the unboxing experience, well, the OnePlus Nord 3 5G came in a generic Nord box. You heard what I said, generic Nord box. Not generic phone box, generic Nord box. There's a difference. The first thing you'll see here that it is black, unlike the normally white boxes I've seen where they just slap the phone and the name on it and call it a day. No, this one clearly has effort put into it, especially with the texture. It's really satisfying. I can't describe it. Looks like it's stitching. But the experience doesn't end here. Oh, by the way, before we get into the insides of this box, let me tell you that the phone I have comes with 16GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, which frankly is the only version that we will have here in the Philippines. So with that out of the way, let's proceed what's inside of this very satisfying Nord box. If it's a little noisy around here, well, the rain here is actually pretty strong right now, so it might interlap with my audio. Anyway, with that out of the way, inside that box is another box here. It's actually the OnePlus Nord 3 5G box. See? It even says OnePlus Nord 3 5G right there. And beside that is an 80-watt charger. It uses, apparently not USB-C, but USB-A port. That's a little unusual, but okay. Most fast chargers at this rate uses USB-C, but I guess USB-A still works fine. So you're actually not given the charger. I was given this for free included. And if you want to, you can always buy a 780-watt charger from OnePlus. What you get is actually the cable. Well, you'll know that once we open the box. So upon opening that box, we're actually greeted with a smaller box right here. We'll just remove it. There. And I'll put it on the side. After that, before we see the contents of this, let's see the main box first. We're greeted with the phone itself. Also, we'll put it in the side. And this, let's just remove that here. Very nice. And also, I was wrong. We were actually shipped with a European charger. I guess that's why they shipped me with an American one, since they know I live in the Philippines. And yes, both of them are 80 watts, powered by a USB-A port up there. So let's just put them on the side together, like that. And finally, before the small box again, this 80-watt Dart charger. Well, actually they call it Super VOOC now, since OnePlus is pretty much owned by Oppo. Even my package says Oppo Guangdong China or something like that. So this is an 80-watt USB-A to USB-C charger for the OnePlus Nord 3 5G. And I'll just put it right there. Okay, so that's the contents of the box. Let's just put back this cover here, the Nord. So it's a complete little set.
Inside that smaller box is a SIM ejector tool, a red cable club card, some paperwork, and ooh, what's this? A note from OnePlus thanking me for purchasing, while I got this phone for free, the OnePlus Nord 3 5G. In the note, they're actually sorry for bringing the phone a little late. Well, I'm not, since I got the phone 10 days earlier. 10 days earlier from the official launch, that is.
By the way, OnePlus compensated us by giving us an 80-watt American Standard charging brick. They really don't have to do that, but I appreciate the effort. So thank you, OnePlus. So, what even is the OnePlus Nord 3 5G? Well, as you can tell, it is a successor to the OnePlus Nord 2T. And oh boy, it's no side grade. It's a definite upgrade. Like if you're coming from the OnePlus Nord 2T, this one is worth upgrading to. First of all, the screen is much larger at 6.72 inches, and also there's a faster refresh rate at 120Hz. Another thing, the camera is also upgraded from a 50MP Sony IMX766 to a 50MP Sony IMX890. This means it has a larger sensor. Oh god, it's raining! Now where were we? Alright, we were talking about the cameras. So from the Nord 2T's 50MP Sony IMX766 to the Nord 3's 50MP Sony IMX890. This is a definite upgrade because this one has a much larger sensor. Remember, a larger sensor means more light can come in, therefore better detailed photos, which means you can use this both at night and the day and will come out with better results compared to its predecessor. And I can't wait to share the results with you. And finally comes your chipset. From the Nord 2T's MediaTek Dimensity 1300 made using a 6nm TSMC process to the OnePlus Nord 3 5G's MediaTek Dimensity 9000 5G chipset made using a 4nm TSMC process. That's a huge jump in performance, and it really shows. To sum it all up, the OnePlus Nord 3 5G feels like a worthy successor to the Nord 2T, coming with a larger display, a premium design, faster refresh rate, a flagship chipset, and an even better flagship 50MP camera. What more can you ask for? It's also pretty comfortable to hold and doesn't strain your hands. They also mentioned it is also lightweight. And again, I think I agree with my fellow colleagues when they say this is an affordable flagship. I can't wait to share my full review with you all, fellow techies. This first impressions review is really fun to do, not gonna lie. My name is Raphael, and I'm a Technophile. Thank you for watching my first impressions, and I'll see you on my full review.